MMA Weekly here with Eliot Marshall. Eliot, getting ready for UFC 128. You return back to the big show, the Octagon. How does it feel to be back at the UFC?
Man, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm more excited than I am nervous.
I know you've been wanting this for a long time. I mean, you took that split decision loss to Matt Yushchenko, and then you went out and retooled. You got 3 fights in a row there. You won 3
fights from the beginning of September through December. I fought 3 times.
Had some pretty good, crazy experiences out there. Made a nice trip down to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Little vacation.
Little vacay with a little fight in there in the DR. It's a little excitement, back to the amateur days, working for free.
Did you ever get paid for that fight?
No pay, no
money. Still.
But yeah, I got paid. I got a submission, and the submission got me back in the UFC. So that was the best armbar I've ever done in my life.
Nice. So you're heading in, Louis Kanye. How does it feel to fight this guy? I mean, he's kind of on the opposite end of where you are. He's been there, but he's on back-to-back losses. A loss here probably puts him out.
Man, I don't control any of that stuff. Right. I don't want to ever wish ill will in a life sense for somebody else. So I'm gonna whoop his ass, and I hope he doesn't get kicked out.
How's everything been going for this fight? The lead up. You haven't had, I don't think, a full training camp because you were a replacement, but you've had a few weeks to prepare for this one.
It's going to be about 3 weeks of training for this one, but I'm always training. I'm never not training. The cardio might be a little more intense, and the mitt work might be a little more intense now than it was 3 weeks ago. But I still come in every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and spar. I still do all the grappling. I don't do anything really different, even when I don't have a fight. I love to do it. It's not like I'm ever like, oh man, I got to go train today. It's always like, man, I'm gonna go train. I love it. So.
Well, and those 3 wins you got since you left the UFC were pretty close together. So do you feel like that's a good thing for you? Does that keep you kind of rolling in the fight mode?
If there was one good thing to being out of the UFC, not that was a good thing, but it probably was a good thing, but the best thing was I could keep fighting, once I got going. And when you just stay in the mindset of war and fighting, then man, it's always, you're comfortable. You're less nervous each time.
Now you just said something there that maybe it was a good thing for you.
Yeah, it was.
How do you see that? I mean, was it good to go out and retool a little bit?
I didn't want to get cut so bad in my fights. I didn't want to get cut. I didn't want to get cut. Every fight I didn't want to get cut. My wife didn't want me to get cut. It was just like, man, it was like when you were 3 and you were scared of the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just went into the dark. I got cut. So the worst possible thing has already happened to me. So what's going to happen now? They're going to cut me again? Right?
Right.
What's going to happen? I lose and I get cut, and okay, I know what that's like. I know I'm still going to wake up in the morning. My baby's still going to love me. My wife's so
it kind of gave you some perspective.
Happened, and I'm still okay.
So you feel like it's given you some perspective that you didn't have before?
Yeah, I didn't have before, and man, how many times in your life does the worst possible thing happen twice?
Well, and now it's like it's not necessarily you got one shot in the UFC and you can't ever come back. You can come back.
This is it, man. Though I'm on this wave. I'm in the UFC. I will never fight in another organization. This is it, and I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. I can't wait because my life. I feel like I get some closure here, and I don't think everyone gets closure to negative events that happen in their life. And I get some closure, and I get it to be on my own terms, and I'm so excited.
Now, heading back in here, people are familiar with you from the way you fought before in the UFC. Most of your fights outside the UFC, people haven't been too privy to see unless they were at the fights. Mm-hmm. I know there were quite a few at the Dominican Republic fight, but
there was like a whole 10.
A whole 10. Tens of people saw you fight that fight, but. Have you shifted your game at all? Obviously, you're not gonna come in and say, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do in the fight." But do you feel like you've refined some things, improved some things?
Someone's gonna win and someone's gonna lose very decisively on the 28th.
No decisions?
No decisions. Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. And if it is a decision, someone's going to have their ass whooped. Like, there's no one's going to be like, oh, I could have given that one to the other guy. Maybe. And if it's me, it's me. What can I do? I can't control any of that stuff, you know? I just want someone to win, and we're going to go.
All right. Well, I think you're giving fans a lot to look forward to, a lot of expectations on Spike TV.
Spike TV.
UFC 128 in New Jersey, Eliot Marshall versus Louis Gagne.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. At Fire Marshall 205, baby.